Hello YouTubers, Hammy Technoid here again. I'm making another video, and this one I am going to, since you've been hearing me talk so much about my ESS Heil air motion transformers, I'm going to do a special thing on them, this video. So here we are back again in the not so manly man cave here, because the girly stuff on the wall there, you see. Certain things have happened since the last video I made. Well, the last one was with Hammy Technoid, and that one was fun. But the one before that, I mentioned I was going to get an M 0.5T. It still has not arrived, so I'm waiting for that amp to come. And in the meantime, my M1.0T has caused fits for me. It is blowing up my mid-range. So it blew up my mid-range right here. I went to turn it off, and there was a lag of time, and then pop! Like a big snap. And then I went to turn the stereo back on to see if anything major had happened. There was like a grumble from the amp, and then I tried to play music on this speaker here, and no sound. And this happened one time before. And to solve that situation, what I did is I put a fuse line into the speaker line. I put a fuse, inline fuse, and I thought, oh, well, you know, a 3 amp fuse should be enough, because a 3 amp fuse would blow at 3 amps, and to get 3 amps into the speaker, it would need 24 volts. 24 volts at 3 amps is about 75 watts, and the speaker is rated to about 120, so I figured it would be safe. But the 3 amp fuse did not blow. It did not blow, and the speaker blew. So obviously the 3 amp fuse has more guts than the voice coil of my mid-range. So that is a saddening thing for me, but I have a new one on order. And in the meantime, I'm going to have to dismantle my 1.0T and look in the Carver site and see what they recommend for repairs, because there are things on the Carver site that are very insightful. They are very wise. They know what they're talking about on the Carver site. And there are several things that I already know what to look for. Power supply caps, and then there's the thump turn off modification that I can do if it is not on it already. So that is one thing I'm going to do with the 1.0T. But until then, it is going to be off. And my active crossovers, my Ashley XR1001, I have 2 of them, 1 for each channel. They are configured in 3-way, but nicely, because they are 3-way, I can also configure them for 2-way. And now my system is operating on the woofer cabinet and the ESS Heil air motion. And the woofer cabinet is crossed over at 800 hertz, which is the perfect manufacturer's recommended for the Heil, because it can produce good sound from 800 up to 22k hertz or beyond, where I can hear. So yeah, I've got them. They are mated together. They are the cabinet and I wanted to explain. I didn't mention before, but these are this active crossover that I have. These Ashleys. They send the signal directly to the amps, and then from the amps it goes directly to the speaker. There is no passive crossovers. The wires from the back of the amp go directly to the speakers. So there's no passive crossover, no power loss. The power is directly transferred from the amp to the speaker. So that is the advantage of having active crossover. So what I'm going to do is, see, I'm going to give you a close-up here, to get you a close-up of the ESS Heil air motion, and it is a very sweet-looking speaker. It's almost like outer space speaker. You know, it's the diaphragm is this part right here, and encased outside it is a magnet. it is almost a pure magnet. When I was trying to get the speaker wires, which I mounted here, this is a modification which I did. When I got them from the factory, the only thing it has coming from it are these two wires, purple and blue. Purple is plus and blue is minus. And what you have to do is you have to figure out a way to hook those little tiny wires up to your speaker, your amplifier. So what I did is I got a little European style terminal block there and made it up to the housing of the speaker. But what you see in the rear of the speaker also is the opening. There is an opening in the rear. So the speaker produces sound in two planes. They call it biplanar. So you have sound coming from the front in this way, and this way coming out, and then also the sound comes from the rear. So there you have got a globe of sound producing there. And I don't want to get the wire stuck. So what happens is, if you have the speaker too close to a wall, it can cause reflections, and the reflections can interfere with frequencies and cancellations and all that good stuff. So you got to be careful. And in the one case here, what I did is there's some styrofoam, my famous acoustic styrofoam, which I took away from the holes here, which I woodened up. I put the wood in there. But yeah, to keep the things under control, I have an acoustic foam there to kind of absorb the sound from the rear, and it doesn't go bouncing around willy-nilly into the room and disturbing the sonic hologram effect, which I have discovered that it will if you do not have a certain damping going on. So yeah, this is a fantastic design for a tweeter / mid-range type, designed by a doctor named Dr. Oscar Heil, and that's where they get the name, the Heil Air Motion Transformer, and the ESS is the company that makes them. So they are a very, very nice speaker. I was reading on some forums that there are people that do not like them, and there are people that like them. So it's like in that camp there, you have the likes and the not likes, and they seem to be pretty strong opinioned. But I am in the camp that likes, and I always wanted a set of ESS Heils. I heard them back in an audio salon in 1973, and I was blown away. I was looking to buy a set of speakers. I ended up buying at that time a pair of Advent large speakers, large loudspeakers, the Advent large loudspeakers, which were very popular at the time, and not too expensive either, very affordable for a young man. But the ESS Heils, the AMT ones that the salesman also let me hear, he demoed them for me, he let me hear them, and I was blown away by the clarity of the highs and the frequencies and the mid-range. It just sounded so beautiful to me, but they were $1,500 out of my price range. They're too expensive for me at that time. But now, that I'm a grown man, I have a job that is pretty good pay. So I can afford them, and I am glad I invested in them, because from what I understand, they are no longer in production. They are hard to find. There are places that have them, but they are no longer in production. So I was lucky to get them when I did. So anyway, I'm going to play some music, and this is a song that I wrote. It's not going to have any copyright problems because it is my song. I wrote this song, and it is called Wah Wah. Yes, and it sounds weird. It is a weird song. I have it also posted on YouTube with as a video, but it is the same song. So this is the speakers, the ESS Heils, and the woofers that I've adapted into the cabinets there. And again, I said the woofer is straight attached to the amplifier. There is no crossover there. It is just the crossover that was in the cabinet is out. All that's in there is acoustic stuffing. It's just acoustic stuffing and the speaker, and the wires going to the speaker. So everything is straight wired directly to the amps and the crossover and the C1 cover, which I enjoy immensely. So here is the song called Wah Wah. Oops, my mistake. I hit the pause button. I was supposed to hit the go next button. Okay, so hold on. See, I got this little remote here, so I hit the wrong button. So here we go. Yes, this is the song. And I am going to crank up the volume a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's the funny part there. But that's me playing the harmonica. I'm wailing on down. Now what I've done on this particular song that you're listening to, now I have disengaged all the tone controls. So we are listening to everything flat. The bass is flat. I have no external processor in. The well, that was engaged, but it didn't matter because the external processor button was out, and the I've got the just to show there, the DBX is off. It's not even going through the signal. This other, my Sonic, the subharmonic synthesizer, I just turned it off. It doesn't even matter. So see, everything is flat now. And that's what you're getting. You're getting flat sound through the ESS Heils and the woofer. So they are very clear. They have very good highs. I enjoy their sound immensely, and they can get very loud. I like them for their loudness. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit stop before it goes into the next song. There we go. Oop, stop. Okay. Now, yes, I wanted to explain that, yeah, because I have a 3 amp system, I do like to have 3 amps. What I plan on doing is getting another mid-range. I have another one on order to replace the one that got blown, and I'm eventually going to replace the 1.0T with maybe another amplifier so I can fix that one and make sure it's working well before it blows up another speaker of mine. It's disconcerting that it blew up my mid-range. But anyway, I wanted to give you a little rundown on my ESS Heils. I do love them. They are a very good sounding speaker. You heard that they sounded pretty good flat. They really don't need much EQ at all when you listen to them flat. The EQ comes into play for the woofer mostly. For the woofer in the 800 to 20 hertz range, 800 hertz to 20 hertz, because if you properly cross over the ESS Heil, you can get it to perform from 800 hertz all the way up to beyond what you can hear, which is a pretty broad frequency range, but it can handle it because of its design, and it is well made. It is built like a brick crap house, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, they are very good. They are sturdy. They are heavy. They weigh like 20 pounds each. They are nothing but a magnet with a diaphragm inside it. So that is my video for today. I hope again that my camera work didn't make you sick, because I have to move and look, and I'm looking at this little screen, and I'm trying to do things in front, and my hand doing things. But yeah, if you like my video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I don't care. It's not that important to me, but it does help me know if people are interested in the stuff that I do. So yeah, I'm just going to say, I'm making more videos every Sunday. I try to make a video for the next week if I get around to it and the time allows. So for now, I will say goodbye, and until next time, so long for now.